From rescue to recovery. Tonight, live team coverage on the deadliest skiing avalanche in modern American history.
This is what will help you look for another person if you are caught in an avalanche.
The advice and the equipment that could save your life.
I'm meteorologist Sandy Patel. I'm tracking the very latest on the avalanche danger, plus a look at your next storm coming up.
Bubble pop, right? Eventually bubbles will pop.
When that bubble burst, he realized what he'd lost. And he's asking 7 on your side to share his story so it doesn't happen to you.
From ABC7, live breaking news.
Someone saw the avalanche, yelled avalanche, and then it overtook them rather quickly.
In a moment, lives lost, and the search continues to recover all the victims.
Horrific conditions, just whiteout conditions.
The terrain, it's vertical.
The risk is still as high.
Good evening, I'm Anna Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. There are 6 survivors, 8 bodies recovered, and 1 person still missing. Now, we broke the news to you yesterday about the ski group that left Frog Lake huts and was caught in an avalanche near Castle Peak. This view from a nearby Caltrans camera on I-80 shows you just how snowy and difficult the conditions are right now.
And tonight we have live team coverage to fully understand the scope of this disaster. We will hear from ABC7 meteorologist Sandy Patel on conditions in the Sierra, as well as ABC7 eyewitness news reporter Suzanne Fawn and Gloria Rodriguez to really put this into perspective.
All of that here, but let's go first live to ABC7 eyewitness news reporter Dan Noyes in the Sierra for the very latest on this tragedy. Dan?
Dan and Amma, we are checking out reports and hearing from sources that some of the women on that trip include mothers in a mother's group who are looking for some adventure. Now, we know for sure that one of the victims is the spouse of a member of the search and rescue squad. A party of 11 people were wrapping up a backcountry skiing trip led by 4 Blackbird mountain guides. The group included men and women ranging in age from 30 to 55 years old. They stayed 2 nights at the Frog Lake huts skiing during the day, but with a massive winter storm coming in, they set out for home. An official described an account from one of the survivors, what happened at 11:30 Tuesday morning.
They were attempting to go out as a group, that someone saw the avalanche, yelled avalanche, and then it overtook them rather quickly.
The avalanche was massive.
What we do understand is that it was about a football field in length. It resulted when a persistent weak layer had a large load of snow over the top of it.
The conditions were so bad, rescue crews had to park their snowcat and ski the remaining 2 miles. They found 4 male and 2 female survivors. 8 deceased have been located and will be recovered in the coming days. 1 other has not been located. The area of the avalanche, Castle Peak, is notorious.
Horrific conditions, just whiteout conditions. It's a known area where we have a lot of missions, search and rescue missions.
In fact, just 3 days ago, Blackbird mountain guides posted on Instagram about the conditions in the greater Tahoe area.
That crust is barely recognizable here.
Then they posted the words, "This weak layer could lead to some unpredictable avalanches." Is the main question whether they should have gone on the 3-day trip in the first place, or is the main question should they have stayed in the Frog Lake cabin on that 3rd night to avoid these bad conditions?
I don't think either of them could be considered main. They're both great questions.
The sheriff is saying that the company is cooperating in this investigation. Now, meantime, here in Nevada City, the rain and sleet has been on and off, but there at Castle Peak, you know, it's snowing there, which is going to be hampering recovery efforts. For the I-Team in Nevada City, Dan Noyes, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Dan, we're hearing that the survivors worked to find the bodies of their friends who passed away. Is that right?
Now, you just think about this, Dan. You had those 6 surviving members of this trip. 2 of them were too injured to really help, but the 4 others were digging for their friends. And sadly, they found 3 of their friends' bodies. They kept them there. They collected them in place for the rescue team to come and recover them.
Oh, my goodness. Dan. They'll never get over that. Dan, thank you very much.
And Governor Newsom today shared his condolences. Quote, "Our hearts are with the victims and their families of this horrific tragedy." His post on X ends, "We mourn this profound loss." This isn't the first avalanche in the Sierra this year. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Suzanne Fawn continues our team coverage with a look at some recent avalanches. Suzanne.
So avalanches are common in the Sierra. The Tahoe region alone sees as many as 40 reported slides each winter. Most of them are in the backcountry during winter storms. They are dangerous and sometimes deadly. In early January, a 42-year-old snowmobiler from Oregon died in an avalanche in the same area as the latest avalanche, the Castle Peak area of Nevada County. That's just west of Truckee. Authorities have warned about the serious risk of avalanches in the Tahoe Basin area. Chris Thomason of Bend, Oregon, was killed as he and 4 companions were snowmobiling in the area. Authorities say the people involved were experienced snowmobilers wearing appropriate protective equipment, including avalanche beacons. According to the National Avalanche Center, each winter, 25 to 30 people die in avalanches across the United States. In January 2024, a 66-year-old skier was killed in an avalanche on the ski slopes of Lake Tahoe. Kenneth Kidd, a resident of Truckee and Point Reyes Station, was killed. Officials say Kidd was caught in an avalanche as wide as half a football field on the KT-22 run at Palisades, Tahoe. According to the National Avalanche Center, high-risk spots for avalanches include Utah and Washington. Areas of considerable risk for avalanches include parts of California, Colorado, Idaho, and Wyoming. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Suzanne. Now, the group in yesterday's avalanche was, as you've heard, backcountry skiing, which is unpatrolled and ungroomed and is usually outside of ski resorts. Because of this, special equipment and training are important. It's not easy. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Gloria Rodriguez continues our team coverage. She's in the newsroom with that part of the story. Gloria?
Yes, Dan. If you're going backcountry skiing, experts have some safety tips, including telling someone where you're going and when you expect to return, taking a map of the area where you're skiing, and also using equipment especially for the backcountry. I visited a ski shop to see some of that equipment.
How does that feel?
Good.
Demo Sport in San Rafael has been busy this ski week, with many planning to hit the slopes in the Tahoe area.
Ski week culminates the season where we have so many kids, families, and people just chomping to get out into the backcountry and to their resorts. Plus, a lot of snowfall has finally happened after a relatively slow start in the west.
But Steve Merrifield, the owner of the ski shop, notes fewer people might go backcountry skiing until this system passes because of news of the deadliest avalanche in the U.S. in more than 4 decades near Lake Tahoe this week. He recommends some items to stay safe if you go backcountry skiing, like ski skins for uphill climbing, a probe and shovel to look for victims in the snow, and an avalanche beacon with a radio signal.
This is what will help you look for another person if you are caught in an avalanche.
Richard Bothwell, the director of Outdoor Adventure Club in Truckee, agrees a beacon, probe, and shovel are important. He also adds other items to the list.
You also need to have a first aid kit. You should have a way to have overnight shelter, either a tarp, for instance, a rescue sled if you need to move someone once they're injured, headlamps, warm layers. It's not just the avalanche equipment that we need to be really well prepared for the backcountry.
Outdoor Adventure Club offers classes on backcountry skiing as well as avalanche rescue and prevention classes.
The avalanche advisory each day will tell us where unstable snow is, and then it's up to us to decide where we're going to go and where we're not going to go.
And Bothwell also says it's important to go with a good team where your concerns are heard. Even with proper preparation, Merrifield acknowledges that avalanches could still happen. And he says a full ski outfit can cost $1,000 with backcountry add-ons doubling that cost. Live in the newsroom, Gloria Rodriguez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
It could turn out to be money very well spent. Gloria, thanks very much. Now checking on the driving conditions up in the Sierra. This is what some of the spots heading to Tahoe look like along 80. You can see some traffic is slow moving in Truckee. Caltrans says 80 eastbound is closed at Gold Run in Placer County because of a number of spinouts. Highway 50 is open. Chains, however, are required on both roads.
Conditions are a key concern in the Sierra, especially because more snow is in the forecast.
Yeah, let's bring in ABC7 meteorologist Sandy Patel for more on that. Sandy.
Yeah, Dan and Amma, right now the snow is lighter from Blue Canyon to Truckee to Tahoe. Take a look at this live picture from the Sierra where there's a lot of snow on the ground. But that snowfall intensity is going to pick up during the overnight hours once again and going into tomorrow as our next storm moves in. Looking at Live Doppler 7, we are seeing the snow continuing across the mountains. There are chain controls required on all roads leading up there, even some closures for parts of 80. Avalanche warning is in effect until tomorrow morning for the backcountry of the Central Sierra. High avalanche danger through the morning hours with the winter storm warning going until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Additional few feet of snow is expected. As you look at some of these 72-hour snowfall totals, it was anywhere from 4 to 6+ feet. Donner 58 inches, Dodge Ridge 60, Palisades, Tahoe 65. You can see Homewood picking up 73 inches of snow, and they're expecting a couple more feet. I'll be back with a look at our local weather in just a few minutes. Amma?
Okay, Sandia, thank you. And we are seeing snow falling on lots of Bay Area mountain areas over the past several hours. Take a look at what some of it looked like. Mount Diablo in the East Bay is seeing snow sticking. So is Mount Tam in the North Bay. And in the South Bay, Mount Hamilton is seeing lots of snow covering the camera at Lick Observatory. And this is what it looked like driving up the Saratoga Summit in the Santa Cruz Mountains. CAL FIRE sharing this video with ABC7 Eyewitness News showing some of the conditions there. You can see snow in the trees while the roadway remains clear. And check out Castle Rock State Park in Los Gatos. Our crew captured people embracing the snow. There were snowball fights, others took pictures. One enthusiastic couple built a snowman.
Yeah, first snowman of the season! Knowing that this is one of our favorite hiking spots and seeing the snow here, oh, it's amazing.
That is definitely cool. You don't have to journey far into the park to find snow. According to California State Parks, Castle Rock's main parking lot gets some of the highest snowfall in the area. You can follow along as the forecast changes with the ABC7 Bay Area app. It gives you access to the same Live Doppler 7 our weather team uses. Download the ABC7 Bay Area app wherever you stream.
Coming up here, a live update from the scene of a double shooting in Pleasanton. 2 lives lost. Also ahead.
I am standing up here today to give a voice to the most vulnerable.
His story, one of courage, is one you'll only see on 7.
We're following breaking news out of the South Bay. Sunnyvale police responding this afternoon to reports of a shooting at a Marriott Residence Inn on Stewart Drive off Lawrence Expressway. Officers blocked off the area and one person was taken away in an ambulance. As you can see here, a few other details are available. We are waiting to hear back from Sunnyvale Police. And we are learning new information, meantime, about an investigation that's been unfolding for much of the day in Pleasanton. Sky 7 over the scene of what police are now calling a double homicide. Investigators have been at a home on Joanne Court since about 10 o'clock this morning, so going on 8 hours, a little more than that. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Unser Hassan is live at that house with what police are saying about what happened there. Unser?
Yeah, Dan, good evening. I spoke to Pleasanton Police just a short while ago. They did confirm that 2 people were shot and killed in this house behind me, but they did not identify if either of the 2 people is the shooter. The Alameda County Coroner's Bureau is now on scene. Police tell us they responded to reports of gunshots coming from the house around 10 a.m. When they arrived on scene, they found 2 people with multiple gunshot wounds. The 2 were pronounced dead at the scene. Their identities not being released pending notification of next of kin. One of the neighbors that we spoke to say they didn't hear anything before the shooting, no arguing. He says there was never a problem at this house. He was told that the pool maintenance worker is the one who called 911.
From what people were saying, it was the pool, one of the pool guys, the maintenance worker heard a gunshot. And I didn't hear anything. And it was early this morning, which is kind of crazy to me. I personally a little disturbed. I mean, yeah, it's a nice town, peaceful, lived here all my life, and it's just it's stressful that happened, you know.
Dan and Amma, one final note, Pleasanton Police did say that this is an isolated shooting. Reporting live, Ansar Hassan, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Answer, thank you. A man sexually abused by former San Jose Councilmember Omar Torres is speaking publicly about his trauma and the courage it took to come forward. Adrian Betancourt hopes to inspire other victims. ABC7 Eyewitness News South Bay reporter Dustin Dorsey has his story that you'll see only on 7.
In court proceedings, victim impact statements, and in the eyes of many, this man was known only as John Doe. Now he's claiming his trauma.
My name is Adrian Betancourt. I am the man who, just like many of you, just can't stand by and allow injustices to happen.
Betancourt is the recipient of a Courage Award from Santa Clara County District Attorney Jeff Rosen for coming forward after he was sexually abused by Omar Torres. Rosen said it helped lead to the former San Jose council member's incarceration.
Adrian's story is harrowing. Adrian, you are my hero. You are our hero, too.
This was the first time Betancourt spoke publicly about the assaults he says date back to when he was just a child and well into his teen years. Our camera was the only one on hand as he thanked the men and women who supported him when he came forward.
I am standing up here today to give a voice to the most vulnerable, the children, the victims, the survivors of sexual assault, the boys and young men and adult men that stay silent and hold it all in.
For Betancourt, holding it in led to years of drug and alcohol addiction and even homelessness. But when news broke that his abuser may have been involved in another sexual assault, he knew he could not stay silent anymore.
Coming forward was not easy. I did take in consideration everything that I had to lose, but what mattered stuck to me the most, the gain and positivity that came out of it.
Adrian's sad story is also one of triumphant resurrection. A person who had the immense strength to face his worst nightmare and dispel it by thinking of how to help others, how to help the next victim, how to help that next person who's going to take on the last name Doe.
A story of bravery and hope for justice for the next survivor. In San Jose, Dustin Dorsey, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Well, coming up next, Mark Zuckerberg on the stand for the...
We'll have that in a moment, but
yes.
First let's talk a little bit more about the weather because it's cold, and it's still rainy.
It is, and more is coming, but a little bit of a break, Sandia.
Yeah, absolutely. And Amma and Dan, we're going to be getting our next storm moving in here while you're sleeping, hopefully. Good evening, everyone. Take a look at Live Doppler 7. We are tracking spotty showers and certainly some snow over Mount Hamilton, seeing some snow mixing in over the higher terrain of Lake and Mendocino counties. Right now, as we look at Live Doppler 7, not all areas are seeing the rain. Some of this is just moisture up in the clouds. But let me get you into street level radar where the rain is hitting the ground. In the South Bay, San Jose, Alum Rock area heading into Evergreen. Also around the peninsula, we're seeing some showers from Palo Alto to Stanford, Woodside, Kenyatta Road, 280. So if your travels take you through there, keep that in mind. Our next storm is developing and it's going to be dropping in here around midnight. The Sierra is picking up snow, but that snowfall intensity goes up going into tomorrow morning. There's definitely a chill in the air. Temperatures in the 30s to 50s. This morning we had sub-freezing conditions across parts of the Bay Area, but it's not going to be that cold because of the cloud cover tonight. Golden Gate Bridge, a lovely view right now. We are in a break, level 1 storm system for the next several hours. So through this evening, scattered showers, snow on our higher peaks, and rough and dangerous surf. Going hour by hour, 7:15 tonight, you are looking at some scattered showers. This continues into 8:40. Here comes the next storm. 12:30 in the morning, pounding rain, could see some thunderstorms developing. 2:55, you're seeing not just the heavy rain and the wind, but some snow over the higher peaks. And then really for the morning commute, do expect some windy conditions with wet weather, and it winds down by the time we head into the afternoon hours. By the evening, the clouds are already clearing. Additional rain with that next system is going to be anywhere from about a ½ an inch to just over an inch of rain. The winds are going to pick up out of the south. You'll notice 43 miles an hour while you're sleeping. Gusty still across the entire region, even out towards the Delta. Over 40-mile-an-hour winds going into the morning hours around Point Reyes, and then 3:20 in the afternoon, that windy pattern will remain, even though the wet weather will be long gone. High surf advisory until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Breakers 18 to 22 feet, bringing that risk of sneaker waves and rip currents. Additional ½ foot of snow is possible above 2,000 feet in Lake and Mendocino counties, where a winter storm warning is in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow. The snow level could be down to about 1,500 feet eventually. So your morning temperatures will be in the 30s and 40s. Cold weather advisory for Lake County tomorrow morning. It's going to be a wet, windy one. Make sure you grab your heavy winter coats. Tomorrow afternoon, you are going to need to hang on to the coats because it's going to be chilly and windy, 40s and 50s. Here's a look at the AccuWeather 7-day forecast for the coast. It's a level 2. Wet, gusty with the rough surf. You get a break on Friday and Saturday. And then a level 1 for Sunday morning. More rain comes in Monday through Wednesday around the Bay shoreline. Do expect a wet and chilly and windy start to the day. And then you do get a chance to dry out for a few days before unsettled pattern returns Sunday through the middle of next week. Inland areas, it's going to be cold. Snow on the higher peaks, rain at the lower elevations, and windy weather as we go into Friday and Saturday. You do get that opportunity to enjoy the break before more rain comes back. Dan and Amma.
Always nice to get a break before storms.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Andrea.
All right, still to come here, Mark Zuckerberg on the stand. For the first time ever, the founder of Facebook faces a civil jury over claims his company's apps are designed to be addictive for kids and teens.
And the San Francisco Chinese New Year Parade is just 3 weeks away. ABC7 is your official home for the parade, and we'll bring it to you live Saturday, March 7th.
There's the closing bell on Wall Street. All three indices, the major ones, got a Bay Area boost, I should say. It's thanks to future partnership between NVIDIA and Meta platforms. Meta is going to use millions of NVIDIA's chips for its AI data centers. The Dow Jones rose nearly 130 points. NASDAQ is up 75, and the S&P 500 gained 38 points. In the meantime, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg gave his highly anticipated testimony today in the social media addiction trial going on in Los Angeles. Social media platforms, Instagram and YouTube, are accused of intentionally designing addictive platforms that impact underage users. Zuckerberg spoke about Meta's progress toward age verification, saying he wished the company had gotten there sooner but believes Meta is in a better place. A Meta whistleblower gave her take.
You know, a lot of the testimony and evidence brought forward shows all the individual points where they ran experiments, they knew how to make the product better, and they chose not to because it cost little bits of engagement.
The woman who filed the lawsuit began using the platforms at 9 years of age. She says her social media addiction has led to lifelong mental health problems. Both Meta and Google deny those allegations.
Bayer has agreed to pay $7.2 billion to settle thousands of lawsuits. The agrochemical maker is accused of failing to warn people that its popular weed killer Roundup could cause cancer. In 2018, Dwayne Lee Johnson of Vallejo became the first person to win a lawsuit alleging Roundup caused his non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was awarded $289 million, which was later reduced to about $20 million after appeals.
Coming up next, new at 6 from 7 on your side, a dad's hope and a son's concerns.
I was head over heels, pretty much out of control, ready to do anything. And then she said she was into crypto.
Tonight, a story of money, love, and trust.
The ABC7 Storm Impact Scale.
Heavy rain right on top of
From 1 to 5, light to severe. Know exactly how every storm will impact you.
Down trees, road closures.
Be prepared with the Storm Impact Scale from ABC7 News.
A brutal scam known as pig butchering has stolen the life savings of yet another Bay Area resident. This time, a San Francisco retiree. He thought he was starting a new life with a new love.
Yeah, instead, he lost more than $500,000. 7 on your side, Stephanie Sierra is here with his story. Steph.
Yes, Alma and Dan, this case was especially heart-wrenching because his friends and loved ones knew he was being scammed and tried for months to warn him. They alerted every law enforcement agency they could to find, but nothing would stop him.
So I had this all ready to go. All ready to go.
The Don look was packed and ready to fly off to a new life.
Packed clothes, pants.
He'd be joining the young woman he met on Facebook. Together, they'd build their dream home in Hawaii.
Even swimming trunks to walk on the beach. Yeah.
Her name was Anissa. He called her Annie. They'd been chatting on WhatsApp since last May.
Brand new pants. Brand new. Had them tailored.
Annie said she was from Japan, working in microchip sales. Her family had made millions. He told her he was alone, his wife in a nursing home.
Told her that, there's no one here to cook for me. It's just me. She assured me, well, I'll be doing the cooking for you.
She promised to visit, even sent flight information. Yet she never came.
I was head over heels, pretty much out of control, ready to do anything. And then she said she was into crypto.
Annie told him she'd made millions investing in crypto. He could too. They'd make enough to build a life in Hawaii.
I was ready to fly. I was ready to go. I was going to start a new life with this person.
I didn't know what had happened to my dad. It was kind of this, like he flipped a switch into someone I hadn't seen before.
Adon's son, Jonathan, of Hayward, saw signs of trouble.
Found some pictures of a woman, Asian woman.
He saw the text messages about love and investing. He confronted his dad.
Well, you're a married man. What is this, I don't know, 20-something-year-old woman?
I wasn't paying no attention to it because I was too immersed in my bubble.
Then Jonathan discovered this $300,000 wire transfer to a fake company and a deposit into an unknown account.
Immediately I shifted to red flags everywhere.
Later, he discovered his dad also wired thousands of dollars directly to banks in Malaysia and Vietnam. First $5,000, then $100,000, then another $100,000.
He told me he was investing and that not to worry.
Adon reminded Jonathan he volunteers at the Institute on Aging of San Francisco, playing piano for seniors and, ironically, manning a hotline to help them combat loneliness and scams. So he'd recognize a con if he saw one. But Jonathan was worried. He warned his dad these crypto websites he was using appeared fake, so the $6 million in his account was not really there. Annie herself probably didn't exist. He texted, "Dad, your friends and I need to talk about the romance scam you were a victim of." Adon replied, "No, I'm good, Jonathan. My choice, my life. Ready to run away from everyone."
It was suddenly like we all became enemies. Saying like, no, she's not a scammer. You're being toxic. Get away from me, basically.
Jonathan alerted the FBI, local police, the Secret Service, the banks, the Institute on Aging, yet no one could stop Adon from wiring away money.
$6,929,000.
Until last month, Adon tried to pull out the $6 million supposedly sitting in his crypto account. Annie said he'd have to pay $25,000 to unlock it. But he had no money left.
The bubble popped. Right? Eventually bubbles will pop.
He realized he'd been scammed.
But I was trying to tell you this was a scam website, and you thought it was legitimate, that you're investing.
After months of bitterness, father and son reunite.
This is a real company, but all they did was steal the image and put it on here. This is a dark website. This is a dark web.
They traced the scheme, the lost money.
$5,000 wire, and then you had another one for $100,000. What did she tell you these are for? What did you think you were doing?
Pooling the money. It's okay.
You want me to say a prayer?
I'll say a prayer. Thank you, Lord, that we're all together able to enjoy this.
Then they share a meal.
I feel no animosity toward my son or any ill feeling, but gratefulness. Thank you, Jonathan. I mean that from my heart. I had to go down back to earth. I'm back to earth now, so yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
This is awful. After he realized he'd been scammed, Adon contacted us at 7 on Your Side, and he wanted to share his story to warn others. The FBI reports victims of these cryptocurrency scams have lost more than $5.8 billion in recent years. And Dan and Amma, we too often hear stories like this.
Oh, we do. It's just so heartbreaking to watch. At least,
but touching that relationship between the father and son.
At least that's been repaired.
Yeah.
Right. Stephanie, thank you. Wow. Well, 7 on Your Side is here for you. Get in touch with Steph and the team. You can see what a difference they've made to ABC7 Eyewitness News viewers over the years. Head to abc7news.com/7 on Your Side.
Coming up next, who stole the mayor's car? We are in Oakland getting to the bottom of the story. Also ahead.
Why did you serve when your country is looking upon you with suspicion? These veterans said, well, it's because I wanted to prove my loyalty.
A history lesson about loyalty and more. Tonight, a sneak peek before the exhibit opens on Monday. We're following the future of the San Francisco Unified School District as students return to class today. It comes after a historic teachers' strike, the first in nearly 50 years, ending with increased salaries and health care benefits for teachers. But the contract, keep in mind, is good for only 2 years. The SFUSD superintendent says the district will have to tap into emergency reserves and pull more than $110 million to pay for this deal. That is on top of a projected $100 million deficit in next year's school budget. The district may now have to consider layoffs and other cuts.
So these are very difficult conversations that we're going to have. We know that the district has been operating at a structural deficit for years, and so we already knew we were going to have to look towards making additional cuts.
We contacted United Educators of San Francisco and are waiting to hear back. The school district is mandated by the state to notify educators of any potential layoffs and cuts by March 15th.
The city-owned SUV that is used to shuttle around Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee was stolen on Monday after a suspect allegedly broke into the mayor's City Hall offices, got the car keys, then stole the car. ABC7 Eyewitness News political reporter Monica Madden tells us what we know and why it's causing broader concerns about public safety in Oakland.
It's just not safe.
How did Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee's city-owned Ford Expedition get stolen? A spokesperson for the Oakland Police Union tells us it's a troubling but telling tale.
When the mayor's office is broken into, her car is stolen and dumped in Vallejo, everybody is at risk.
OPOA spokesman Sam Singer says the car was stolen around 10 a.m. on President's Day. City offices were closed for the holiday.
An individual broke into the mayor's office, jimmied the door somehow, took the key to the mayor's car and stole it.
The Oakland Police Department confirmed to ABC7 Eyewitness News that the car was stolen, adding it was recovered hours later without any more details. OPD says its officers are following up on potential leads as part of an ongoing investigation.
They have a suspect or suspects in mind and are looking for them now. The car was recovered in Vallejo yesterday. This says a lot about how bad crime in Oakland really is.
In a statement to ABC7, Mayor Lee wrote, quote, "No one in Oakland should have to worry about their car being stolen, whether they're a resident, a city worker, or the mayor. Public safety is a priority across our entire city." OPD and the mayor's office did not answer our questions about whether the mayor's official SUV is kept in a secure garage, nor what steps they're taking to ensure this does not happen again.
I imagine the mayor and her staff's morale ought to be pretty low. They're supposed to protect their office, the city, the residents. When her own office is at risk, it says a lot about how much Oakland is at risk.
There were nearly 6,500 reported stolen cars in Oakland last year, according to city data. In Oakland, Monica Madden, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
An update now on the search for Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI has now doubled the reward money. It says because of an anonymous donation, it is now offering $100,000. $200,000, up $100,000 because of that donation. The FBI has also alerted authorities in Mexico to be on the lookout, even though there's no indication she was taken across the border. After running the DNA found on a glove and getting no hits in the nationwide database, investigators are considering genetic genealogy. Now, you may recall that is how authorities tracked down the Golden State Killer.
More rain will be here tomorrow, but there are some dry days ahead. See Sandia's 7-day forecast next. And ABC7 is a proud sponsor of the Black Joy Parade. Come out and celebrate this Sunday. The event kicks off at 12:30 p.m. at 14th and Broadway in Oakland. Today is Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent. During his first Ash Wednesday address, Pope Leo urged followers to sacrifice harmful words and choose peaceful, hopeful language. This year, Easter Sunday falls on April 5th. Today is the first full day of fasting for Muslims around the world, observing the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset for the next 30 days.
An exhibit opening here in the Bay Area is shining a light on the exploits of World War II soldiers fighting essentially two battles at once, one to defend their country and another against the prejudice they were experiencing at the very same time.
So this is the start of our exhibit.
Touring I Am an American, the Nisei Soldier Experience is a personal journey for curator Christine Sato Yamasaki. Her grandfather earned a Bronze Star serving with the famed 442nd Regimental Combat Team during World War II. But she believes visitors to this exhibit, opening at the San Francisco's Presidio, may all leave with an intimate understanding not only of who these young soldiers were, but what they were feeling.
And we would ask that question, why did you serve? You know, when your family is behind barbed wire or when your country is looking upon you with suspicion. And it's amazing because these veterans said, well, it's because I wanted to prove my loyalty to this country.
The exhibit begins years before the war, with the arrival of immigrant families from Japan, an era of hard work and of chasing uniquely American dreams.
They were playing baseball back in the 1890s, and this particular photo is great because they're with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
But mirroring the tumultuous era, the exhibit winds its way to the internment of thousands of Japanese Americans at the outbreak of the war, and what happened next for the young men who volunteered to serve. The exhibit is housed in Building 640, now the Military Intelligence Service Historic Learning Center. Rosalind Tonai is executive director of the Japanese American Historical Society.
It opened as a secret language school of the Military Intelligence Service. They recruited Japanese American enlisted soldiers in the U.S. Army for secretly training them for war against Japan 1 month before Pearl Harbor.
And after that day, more than 30,000 Nisei would eventually enlist, serving in military intelligence units in the Pacific and fighting in combat units in Europe.
You know, we have a lot of individual stories, right? We have Joe Sakata. He served in the 100th, was a very famous baseball star. He was the first one to be killed in action. This is Senator Daniel K. Inoue. He was in the 442nd. He lost his arm during the war. And I inherited all of my grandpa's photo albums. And so this is one of the photos that was taken after deliberations with the townspeople of Brières, France.
The exhibit also features the medals and personal items the soldiers brought home from war, and the stories Christine says often remained untold.
I think when they came back from the war, they said, okay, we did what we needed to do, and they were really focused on rebuilding their lives.
Lives now documented in a new and moving exhibit. Yeah, and the exhibit opens officially on Monday and runs through the end of August.
All right, let's switch gears. We want to find out about our weather because we got a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun today, a mix.
Yeah, we did. And meteorologist Sandy Patel is here with what we can expect going forward, Sandy.
Yeah, we're going to have more rain coming into the picture and some snow over our higher peaks. Deanna and Amma, look at live Doppler 7 right now, tracking some showers on the peninsula, taking you down to street level East Palo Alto, heading in towards the Cushing Parkway 880 area. So the evening commute, there are some wet spots. Mount Hamilton is picking up snow, and this is going to repeat as we go into tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon, 40s, 50s. It's going to be windy. There may be isolated showers in the afternoon, but really the main event is overnight into tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the system that is going to be coming in. It will dump some more Sierra snow. Sunday morning, we have a few showers, and then after that, we get a break until Monday night when more rain gets in here, continuing through the middle of the week. Milder storm for that time period, but it's a level 2 and it's a colder system for tomorrow. Around the coast, the AccuWeather 7-day, it's windy, it's gusty, dry Friday, Saturday, level 1, Sunday through Wednesday. Bay shoreline, level 2 storm. It is going to be chilly and wet and windy, and then you get that break Friday and Saturday before the rainy pattern returns. Inland areas, snow over the peaks, rain at the lower elevations, windy everywhere. It's a level 2. Get some sun on Friday. Enjoy. Clouds up again Saturday and level 1 Sunday through Wednesday.
We are making up for lost time
Yeah.
after the month of dry weather. Sandy, thank you.
All right, Sports Director Larry Beal is here. What's going on with Steph Curry?
Yeah. I have a feeling I know the answer to this question, but would you like to learn about patellofemoral pain syndrome?
Not firsthand.
not firsthand. That is the correct answer. The Warriors, they were hoping Steph Curry would return right after the All-Star break, which is tomorrow, but it sounds like that is not happening because Curry could not even do a full workout today. What is up with his knee? Next in sports. Good evening. The Giants open Cactus League play Saturday in Peoria against the Mariners. Then Sunday, they're at home in Scottsdale against the Cubs. Matt Chapman entering his 3rd season as a Giant after battling a nagging hand injury last season. The perennial Gold Glover and Platinum Glover is ready to bounce back and help lead his team to an orange October.
When do you get the itch to get back?
You know, I'm always pretty motivated, but
You know, I think when you sit at home and you watch the playoffs, you know, that motivates you, kind of drives you to, you know, not want to be sitting on your couch in October watching guys play. You want to be playing.
Giants' new manager Tony Vitello is getting a first-hand view of Matt Chapman's stellar defensive skills and another underrated talent.
When we ran yesterday, I knew he can run, but he runs, a track coach would be proud of the way he runs.
The Giants flirted with a late playoff push in September, but ultimately fell short, finishing 81-81, 2 games back of the final wild card spot.
We're ready. You know, I think last year it was in our, you know, in our grasp, and you know, we let it slip there towards the second half of the season. I think we all learned a lot from it. You know, we're aware of it. We know what happened, but you know, this year's a new year. Our goal's, you know, to win a division and make a run in the playoffs and win a World Series. So I think everybody here is on the same page, and you know, that's what we're set out to do, and that's what you know, we're working every day for.
Well, just a couple more days of workouts here in Scottsdale, and then it's the Cactus League opener on Saturday, and the regular season will be here before you know it, Wednesday, March 25th, against the New York Yankees at Oracle Park. Here in Scottsdale, Chris Alvarez, ABC7 Eyewitness Sports.
Thank you, Chris. Whatever's wrong with Steph Curry's knee is taking a while to heal. Curry did not practice today. The Warriors are hosting the Celtics tomorrow night. It's their first game back after the All-Star break. Coach Steve Kerr said Steph just didn't feel like his knee was ready for a full workout. There's still some irritation there. Curry's condition has been described as runner's knee. He's been on the sidelines for almost 3 weeks. Kristaps Porzingis did practice. He is questionable against his old team, the Celtics, for tomorrow night. The 49ers, wow, this is going to be a world tour next season. The NFL announcing the Niners will play a game in Mexico City in addition to their previously announced game in Australia. The Niners will become the first NFL team to ever play 2 international games on different continents in the same season. They will travel a league record 38,000 miles next season. The Kansas City Chiefs, they've restructured the contract for quarterback Patrick Mahomes. This is basically how you manipulate the salary cap. KC will pay their all-world quarterback a $54 million signing bonus, so he's still rich. It's the 4th straight year the Chiefs have restructured their QB's contract as Mahomes works his way back from a knee injury. Olympic hockey, the Canada men beat Czechia 4-3 in overtime in the quarterfinals. Sharks forward Macklin Celebrini has been amazing. A goal and 2 assists. Also had the pass leading to the game winner. Celebrini leads all with 5 goals. He's second with 9 points. They'll play Finland in the semis next. Meanwhile, Team USA advancing to the semifinals, eliminating Alexander Wenberg's Sweden squad 2-1 in overtime. Quinn Hughes with the game winner. They'll face Slovakia next. So let me just finish up on Steph, the patella. The patella is your kneecap, and it gets irritated on the underside of the kneecap. Now they're probably inflamed, and it's an overuse injury. So they're going to probably have an MRI and figure out what is going on. What is causing this continued irritation?
A surgery situation?
No. It shouldn't be. But the problem is he doesn't have time to rest. They got games, so that's the the push and pull of the situation.
All right, thanks.
All right, that is going to do it for this edition of ABC7 Eyewitness News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anna Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley for Sandy Patel, Larry Gill, all of us here. We appreciate your time. Have a great evening. We'll see you tonight at 11.